I like talking about random tech or books or whatever, not just video games. I like talking about everything. So I thought I'd talk about this thing here, which I should have had closer to me. The Sidardoe, Sidardoe virtual reality thing, which you use for your phone. I even know what the product is as well, because that's how professional I am. I got this for Christmas as another kind of random tech thingy. And basically, what you do is you put your phone in there, and then you close it up, you download whatever app you want for it, and then uh, you then pop it on like so, giving you massive sex appeal like this, and then you play your game by just kind of looking left, right, so you can kind of look about and that kind of jazz. Yeah, obviously only working with specific apps, but it's got the thing of you can keep the refocus it there, have a refocusing thing there. So it's all pretty good. It's a nice piece of equipment for 20 quid. Uh, so yeah, I think with this one, unfortunately though, it kind of comes under the idea of that it works as an idea, and in an idealistic world, yeah, it would work. However, there are some issues with it. The main one being that the games are extremely underwhelming. I mean, my plan was to give this thing to my mum and dad so they can have a quick go of it, and they would be blown away because it's such new technology and they're so old. But they just became extremely underwhelmed because there are pretty much three types of games I'd say for this thing: roller coasters, which are great for the first one, and then you get ill when you feel nauseous and you don't want to play it ever again. You've then got like on rail guideline things, which I guess are like roller coasters, but these are a bit more slow and not meant to be so hectic. So it's like there's a space tour and a fish tour. But the thing about space is it's really good when you've got the right amount of CG there. These games don't because they're working on a phone. So what you're looking at is half the time is an almost circular planet, which usually usually like Jupiter or something like that. It tells you a few facts, and then you just kind of go along the rail to the next kind of circle, and so on and so forth. And it usually only lasts about 5 minutes, and then you're done. Yeah, and then the last one are horror games. Is the best way I can describe them. So I got one called Horror Maze 2. I do not believe there's a Horror Maze 1, but I guess if you just want to make a sequel before the first one's even made, you crack on with that. I guess it saves you time having to make the shitty one, and the sequel is technically better. But it's if this one is better than the first one, Jesus Christ, the first one must have just been some stick figures on a piece of paper that you just looked left and right on, and there was no VR. Uh, yeah, and so like the maze is basically just you automatically walk along through this maze. They're not auto generated. There's three, I think, right now. I think they had an update, which is fair enough for a new maze. And you walk around while spooky things. Well, I say it's zombies. Zombies pop out of the ground, and you got to try and shoot them. But it's literally it will come out a safe distance away, and you just stare at it, and then it dies, and you can just avoid it. It doesn't stop you, and then I think the game can't keep up with the processing of that one character, so that will just disappear once you stop looking at it, which is a bit annoying. But, I guess it's good for you to beat the game, which is surprisingly easy once you realise if you just look up, there's a map, and when there's a mate, there's no real point of having anything else. Like a map or a HUD. Like I guess a HUD maybe, but having a map of the maze and the maze isn't that complicated. It's you just end up going, okay, so I'll just take two lefts and a right, and I'll finally stop being able to be sick. Cool. And that's the whole thing. So again, this thing gets let down by just not having anything good on it. It's like kind of like I guess the Wii U. Hey, there's not many good games on that. Even though I played Mario Kart and I thought that was pretty fun, but I guess that's not worth 300 quid. But it's well made. It's pretty solid piece of hardware. It's only 20 quid and stuff. I think it's pretty easy to pick up. This comes off here. I don't know why this comes off. I don't know why. No one's figured it out yet. I think it's to let light through, but the phone has light, so I don't know why I needed that. And that just slots back in with a magnet. Funny enough, it's all magnets, which I guess is better value for money. And yeah, I guess I'll give this I want to be generous because it's good, but sadly the games let it down. So I'm going to give it a 6 because it is a nice piece of equipment. It's again, like I said, the games which are for free most of the time just let you down. I mean, there is an Insidious 3 trailer on it. I think that movie's come out now, so you could just go watch the film. But if you'd rather watch a trailer because you don't have the time, yeah, do that. Cool, 6 out of 10.